of Nick Joanitis. And joining the back of the field, Travis Milburn got the free pass. So he is the 6th car on the lead lap with just a few laps remaining. Rouse got the jump, but here comes Partridge trying to cross him back over and nose him out of the way. But Rouse hangs on.
Gosh, they're chewing on every corner of these cars.
I'm telling you, full contact racing in the K&N Pro Series.
Just got to keep watching that entry to turn 1. That's where all the trouble is. That's where these guys get into each other.
Rouse clears now.
I think this might be the biggest lead he's had all night.
Oh, and that is Taylor Canfield around in the 39 car, and that is going to bring out the caution again.
And we'll that's going to Haley Deegan.
I was just going to say, yeah, she's the free pass now. So Haley will be back on the lead lap. What can she do with under 10 laps remaining?
Well, she's been able to make the high side work, and late in a race like this, they get stuck on the bottom. She might be able to roll around a couple spots on the second groove.
You can see what happened back there. Canfield and Milburn was coming through. It's another look at it down the bottom of the screen. Yeah, Milburn was coming through.
Move that wall all the way inside. They're going to have to move that back.
Yeah, that's a quick fix there. That one's not really intended to do much more than remind the drivers, don't go down there.
Cole has to stand the test of another late restart, which we've seen here at All-American Speedway in the past.
Well, so what would you do if you were Partridge? Last time, Rouse got the jump, but he kind of then let him have it out of 2 and tried the crossover to make the inside move down to 3.
Yeah, I mean, he wants that. They're diving into turn 1 and using up the racetrack on exit at 2. Let's see if he does it again.
Green is back out at All-American.
There it is. He uses up the exit.
And Partridge doesn't have as much to do to get back over. Actually had a better runoff of 2 that time, so he stays to the high side. Now he'll try to do the crossover.
That 1 car length cushion that Cole just had into turn 1 made a big difference right there.
Cole Rouse is trying to win the race, max out on points, and draw closer to the car 3rd in line, the championship leader, Derek Thorne.
I'm not saying that that's a big gap, but that's a good enough gap that now the 9 can't get to his rear bumper on the entry to 1.
Yeah, now Cole is showing just how good that 99 car still is, Landon, after all these laps.
Yeah, he's showing that he can step it up when it counts.
1 to go. Cole Rouse, trying to win for the first time in the K&N Pro Series, has a good advantage going down into turn 3. And if he can just navigate these last 2 corners, he's going to do it. Cole Rouse will win out of the All-American Speedway.
What a drive. What a hard race for Cole. That's a well-earned win.
And what an entertaining show for the fans. It was part demolition, part racing.
Yes, this bull ring never lets us down.
We'll be back to talk to the winner, a first-time winner, when we come back. K&N Pro Series Racing on NBCSN is brought to you by K&N High Flow Air Filters and Air Intake Systems, because everyone loves that fast car smell. Well, 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 a short track that had plenty of action from start to finish. And Landon, you said it, this place didn't disappoint.
Absolutely not. Cole Rouse, our winner. First career win in the K&N Series. Good timing for him in his career.
There's Cole parked in victory lane. Heather is nearby, and now he gets out.
Cole Rouse, your winner here at All-American Speedway. Excitement from the crowd. Bill McAnally Racing's home track. He gets the win. A big hug from his crew chief, his team. Smiles all around. It's been a long time coming for this young man to get his first victory in the K&N West Series. Cole, you're here. You did it. Your team told me earlier today they knew it was your night. You got to put into words what you're feeling right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a crazy race. Sunrise Ford, they gave me a hard race. I mean, it was crazy. Got lifted up too many times, I think, and just had to move them out of the way. And we got here to the win. For all my guys, Paul at Napa Filters, Napa Belts and Hoses, Toyota Racing, especially Bill McAnally Racing. That was badass.
Your team told you throughout the race to remain calm, stay patient, hit your marks. How deep did you have to dig for that patience tonight?
I didn't have much patience at all with the Sunrise cars. Like I said, they were running me pretty rough, and I'm a pretty clean racer, but if you run me rough, I'll run you rough back. So we did that tonight and came up with a win, but it was a crazy race.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is the temper that can come out of these bullring racetracks, but Cole kept his head on straight. He did a great job.
We saw things shift a couple of times in the going. Nick Johannides ended up in the 4th position. Travis Milburn got that free pass and ended up with a top 5.
Yeah, important third place finish for Derek Thorne. Continues his points lead towards this championship after a win from Cole Rouse.
Heather?
Coming home with a 2nd place finish tonight is Ryan Partridge. Ryan, it was a wild race out there. It was all about survival. How were you able to make it to the end?
It was rough. I think in a race like this, being out front is probably the safe spot to be, so you're not just, I don't know, in the mix getting too beat up. I don't know, our Sunrise Ford Fusion, it was pretty good at the beginning of the race. I really thought we had a dominant car. I don't know what happened towards the end. We just lost turnability. We got tight in the center and couldn't roll the center like everyone else, especially the 99 was still pretty good through the center. He's a little free off, but still turned through the center. I think that's where he was better than us. Anyways, I don't know, it was a rough race. A lot of fender to fender contact moving, and man, Eggleston took a hit, huh? That was wild. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe we towed it in a little bit, bumping wheels, or maybe we burned it down chasing Eggleston for a little too long, while the 99 was maybe just back there sitting patient. But either way, it's a lot better than we've run the last couple races, so we're really happy about that. We're at least we could feel it, we could touch it, but got to thank Bob Brancati, Marine Brancati, the whole Sunrise Ford Racing team for this opportunity, and we'll see what we can do. I think we slipped back into 3rd in points, so that's no fun. So hopefully we can make it up in Kern.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ryan, he knew he had to use the bumper to beat Cole Rouse tonight, but just didn't have the car to make it happen.
See how the points shake out here. Rouse moves up, has a 26-point deficit to Thorne with 1 race to go. It'll take a miracle, but mathematically, it still is possible. So, Derek Thorne ended up in 3rd. Can't believe it. Heather caught up with him.
Finishing 3rd tonight is Derek Thorne. Derek, at one point you were a lap down. You guys had a lot of adversity to overcome between other drivers and things like that. Walk us kind of through your race and what it was like from your point of view.
200 laps, we had to save a little bit, and we ended up getting caught up in some stuff that was partially our doing, partially not our doing. It's just some of these guys are racing just way too rough, and we were the recipient of one of those incidences, and I couldn't get it going under caution and got a lap down there. And luckily, you know, with the race being as long as it was and as many cautions as we had, we were able to get back on a lead lap without doing too much extensive damage to it. And just proud of these guys for working so hard. And, you know, we've had good cars, we've had good solid runs all year, and we've been able to take bad nights and salvage a decent finish. And tonight's one of those nights, and hopefully we can go into Kern with a sizable point lead and, you know, get out of there with a championship.
Going back to that incident with the 16, can you speak to what happened there?
Yeah, you know, my intent was to get underneath him and get back in front of the 99. He tried to wreck me in 3 and 4, and when I tried to get back in front of him, getting into 1, I got into 16, overdrove it a little bit. When I was trying to get in front of the 99, I got into the 16. I wouldn't have dumped him, and the 99, again, just driving over his head, just flat out dumped me, and it took me right to the 16. So it's one of those things where it is what it is. You know, I will let them move forward, and it's just the way they race. So we'll continue doing the same thing we've been doing.
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you.
I'd say there's no love lost there for 2 guys battling for a championship on a short track.
1 race to settle it.